What is up, guys? We are in part 3, which is going to be centered around combat. We're here in my custom Aero. I love this thing. Full GT build ballistics. And I'm going to show you guys what it's like to fly decoupled utilizing this ship to maximize your control, to talk about some issues that come with decoupled in combat, and just to give you a way to enhance your familiarity with things and continue to grow as a decoupled flyer to the point to where it is just instinct, and anything other than decoupled starts to feel gross. Welcome, my friends, to the true proving grounds for a decoupled flyer, the belt around Yella. So as you can see, tons of asteroids everywhere. Knowing how to check your velocity indicator to see where you're going, super important. Getting really good at putting that where you're not going to hit anything. And then also being able to fight on top of that. So, he's coming in fast. We're going to go shields up, and we're going to engage this eclipse. I'm using my space brake to slow down, to merge in and get behind this guy. Space brake is one of the most common things that I'm using to nullify my velocity without changing my direction. I'm looking at that velocity indicator. You'll notice I move it so that it is going to go somewhere that doesn't hit anything. Let's get moving forward. That velocity indicator, again, it's on my screen. Feel free to watch this over and over to see what I'm doing. We're going to fly to the side now. We got to close in. We got a surprising number of enemies here. I think we stumbled across another mission or something, because this is an LRT bounty, and it doesn't typically have this many enemies. Though, one of the important things about decoupled flight is the ability to use your thrust vector to change your accuracy level, where that pip is around that ship. As I thrust starboard, the pip is moving to the left. As I thrust up, the pip is moving to the right and down over the ship. So if you're in coupled flight, since your ship is constantly trying to slow down, it's going to move that pip. It's going to affect your accuracy. So a change in velocity is a change in accuracy. Remember that. So you're using your thrusters to try to keep that pip close to the ship to make it more accurate when you're fighting. So I am like strafing up if the pip is above my opponent to bring the pip down, or to the right, or toward the left. When you are decoupled, you have so much more constant authority over that. But you really want to train yourself to be able to peek at your velocity indicator really fast as you're doing this around these asteroids, to make sure that you're not going to hit anything. And when in doubt, space brake. Don't thrust backwards, space brake. Because remember, space brake doesn't change where that pip is pointing. Sorry, where your velocity indicator is pointing. It just slows you down, maintaining that direction. So if you know your pip is somewhere pointed safe, you can just hit space brake, looking away confidently, knowing that you're still safe while you change direction to fight. That is one of the reasons that really good boost management is so important in combat, being able to tick that speed up. And I've actually got minimal authority to my engines right now to get a lower signature, but I can tick that up to increase the speed with which my boosters recharge as I'm coming into these fights. Now, I am always trying to thrust to both get out of shots, but also to control where that pip is. I just did a space brake turn there again to get back on target here, to try to finish off this Hornet. You can use that thrust again to increase that accuracy. See how I moved the pip toward the ship? That is one of the constant benefits of decoupled combat. And it will make you a lot better at what you do, especially because you're going to continue in the direction you're moving, so you can apply more lateral thrust to, strafe, circle strafe, evade shots, whereas in coupled, it's just going to make you a sitting duck if you stop putting inputs, because it's going to return you to zero. It's going to try to cancel out your momentum. You don't want that when you're in a fight. You want to have that full control authority over where that pip is, where your ship is, to maintain that accuracy and put down the enemy. Feel free to go through and watch these videos more than once to get these concepts, because I am saying a lot while demonstrating, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to do these 3 videos separately and short enough that you could rewatch them and keep learning and keeping those tips fresh in your mind. This isn't like how to become a PvP god 101 or anything. This is simply how to adjust your mindset to what it is to fly decoupled. You notice by instinct we are drifting over 100 meters per second right now, but where is that velocity indicator pointed? Not over here. Not at that asteroid. No, you build the instinct to always put that indicator into open space, so you're safe. That way you can move around. You can look for like OM nodes while you're running from an enemy. There's a really good example actually. Let's say you had to evade somebody and you're desperately trying to go as fast as you can. You're dropping noise before you go into nav mode to get that speed. Now shit, now I gotta find a way to jump, but I don't want to end up slowing down, making myself an easy target. No, we're still moving a kilometer a second, and then I can calibrate the Daymar and get the hell out of Dodge. It's just one of the other benefits that come with decoupled flight. Another fun thing that you can just do without having any missions is to actually practice your decoupled flight around these asteroids. Now in the past, some of these have had physical barriers that don't show up, so it could be a little risky. Again, set your spawn to somewhere close by like Grimhex or Seraphim and use a small ship that has a quick claim time so that if you die, it's okay. You know, obviously don't take out any really important valuables that you don't want to risk losing that are in your backpack. Anything equipped to your body is going to stay on you if you die, so you don't have to worry. Your guns, tractor rifle, ammo that's actually equipped to your armor, that'll all persist if you die, so you're totally good. I was trying to find a racetrack out here in the ring of Yella called Miner's Lament. You used to be able to quantum to it, but I think they took that away because I have no ability to quantum to it now, which really freaking sucks, man. Oh, there it is. You can still quantum to it. Okay, so jump to Yella from Grimhex, and then you can find Miner's Lament. This is the spot to practice. You can also get it into Arena Commander, or sorry, you can also get it through Arena Commander, but this is actually an asteroid racetrack out here, but, you know, going to it this way, you're not going to have anything that actually, you know, forces you to go certain directions and stuff. But this is such a fun place to practice your decoupled flying. Now, I would set your speed limiter down to like maybe 300 meters per second or stay in SCM mode for this initially. But this is just a fun area where you've got a lot of obstacle that you can fly around and try not to hit other stuff as you're coming through. Now, in the racing mode, these areas right here are your, like, checkpoints that you fly through. So you can just imagine coming around the side, pointing that velocity indicator where you know your ship isn't going to hit anything, and, you know, try to hug the rocks and all as you're coming around. Try to avoid hitting the poles and such. If you got a ship that has it, you can use lamp to make this a bit more visible. But this is just a really fun spot to practice flying in decoupled. So again, get over to Yella, and then you should be able to quantum marker to it like an actual asteroid mining base sort of location called Miner's Lament. And just get used to tossing that velocity indicator around these asteroids. If you want to do the proper racetrack, head over to Arena Commander and go into offline mode, and you can actually do the racing to practice as well. You want to do it decoupled, of course. You want to try to avoid blacking out, controlling your speed. But these are just better ways to get more and more familiar with what it is to fly like this. That pretty much does it for all the advice, guys. If you're interested in seeing sort of the decoupled racing side of things, another great way to improve your skill with this sort of flying, let me know down in the comments. I hope that these 3 videos have been helpful for you guys. Hope you enjoyed them. Please, all the questions, all the feedback down below. Many more videos to come. I will catch you guys out in the verse. Take care.